Ey, es un duendecito, Brian.
Pasó el tren, mirá cómo quedó el bicho. Ahí va acá.
Mirá, Tito, mirá. ¡Ey! ¡Ey! ¿Dónde está el bicho? Mirá. ¡Che! ¿Qué haces ahí? Como si que no puede. Vení por acá. ¿Quién es Tito? ¿Se bajó de...? Nada, pues sí, se bajó del tren, mono. ¡Ey! ¡Vení! No sé, boludo.
¡Ey!
¡Ey! ¡Vení! Ahí nos caga, Jotás. Se quería subir ahí, Tito, y no podía, no me digas. ¡Vení! ¡Ey! Look. Boom. Hey, car slipping now. Don't freeze up now. Oh, it's zooming, moving. I don't want to hear nothing. Oh, okay. Now. It's zooming, moving. I don't want to hear nothing. This the spot. Nah, come back out. Look, why they be peeking like that? Peeking. All right, so look, let me know. I'm gonna let this stay. Just let me know if y'all think I should try to be friends with them. Maybe I'll come bring them some food or something.
Is that. This footage shows a man being attacked in the middle of the woods by what he claims were elf-like creatures known as Duende. Things take an even stranger turn at the end. Suddenly, he cries out in fear as small humanoid figures seem to lunge towards him from the trees. He runs while the creatures give chase. Panicked, the man attempts to flee his tiny pursuers, but the Duendes continue their relentless assault. He was able to climb up into a tree used for hunting. Just as the footage is about to cut out, the Duendes mysteriously transform into goat-like animals. The terrified man escapes to share his bizarre story. He believes the Duendes lured him deep into the forest before revealing their true monstrous nature once he was isolated and alone. What did this poor guy capture on camera? A real shape-shifting Duende attack? Let me know your theories on what these creatures could be. This chilling found footage will give you goosebumps.
Only something you don't see every day, a duende in the clutches of a cat. This happened in Ecuador and is actually very impressive footage. Pay close attention to the duende, pixie, fairy, little creature as it fights to free itself from the cat. Unfortunately, the cat broke the creature's arm and damaged its leg, but this brave little creature manages to break free from the cat and flies off at incredible speed. Watch this.
Telling y'all, stop playing with these paranormal beings. You're gonna find yourself in a mental hospital, or even something worse, you're gonna find yourself in the afterlife. So the lady in Utah whose family seen the duende in the yard did an update. And in this update, she said she did research on what a duende is. It's not a gnome. She understands that it is an evil being. But what does she do? She continues to entice this being. That is the wrong thing to do. Now, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, let me run the story back real fast. A family, mother, father, and son, moved from Vegas to Utah. In Utah, they cooking out in their backyard, and the son and the father see a gnome running around. A gnome, a small person, but it's really not a gnome. It's a duende. Tell the mom/wife she can't see it because she's not spiritually in tune, but she wants to see it. What does she do? She sets out offerings for it. Pennies, she set out a basketball, go out for the day, and when they come back, the pennies and the basketball that she set up was in a different order. The pennies were stacked on top of each other and the basketball was gone. And I know a lot of you probably saying that that's not real, but y'all better pay attention. Now on to the update. So what happens now? She puts cameras in her yard and she puts out more offerings. After she reads up and finds out that this thing allegedly is an evil paranormal being. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you go look it up. Go look up duende and see exactly what you see. She also found out that people in Utah, in her neighborhood, in her area, have seen duendes. Knowing what this thing can do, knowing how possessive this thing is, knowing how powerful this thing is, she still wants to entice this thing. She laid out elves. She even laid out an elf house for this thing to continuously come back to her. After she got information on this thing, I'm gonna tell y'all a story, but I'm not gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna do another video about a story about a duende that allegedly took someone's, let's just say their family found out that being involved with a duende is not a good thing.
Was driving in South America when he saw an extremely fascinating thing on the side of the road. He decided to record and zoom in, and he was able to capture this little tiny creature that was just standing there.
Ever heard of creatures that sneak into stables at night just to braid horses' hair? In Huesca del Campo, the locals say it's the work of the duendes. This video is made for entertainment purposes only. In the dark forest of Huesca, these mischievous creatures known as the guardians of the forest are famous for their nightly visits to farms and stables. It's said that they weave delicate, intricate braids into the manes and tails of horses, almost as if leaving a mark, a reminder that they were there. One farmer shared his story. Every morning, he'd find his horse's mane full of tiny braids that hadn't been there the night before. At first, he thought someone was sneaking into his stables. But night after night, the mystery continued. Some say the duendes braid the hair to play with horses, while others believe it's a way to mark them as their own, leaving a trace of the forest's magic. Locals insist there's only one way to stop the duendes. Leave an offering, like a piece of bread or something shiny, outside the stable doors. If you show respect to these little guardians, they might just leave your horses alone. But forget, and they may return, braiding their eerie patterns night after night. Has this ever happened to your horses? What do you think? Is it just superstition? Or are the duendes making their presence known? Till next video, stay curious.
What are duendes? Deep in Mexican folklore, duendes are commonly spoken about, from tales that involve these small creatures giving gold coins to people in exchange for goods. But there are also old tales involving a more sinister ending. In 1931, a young man in his 20s named Sancho was out mushroom picking deep within the Oaxaca rainforest when suddenly he finds himself face to face with a small-sized village. It is then apparent to him that there are hundreds of these duende beings. They spoke to him as a friend, cracking jokes with him, giving him alcohol and gold coins. When Sancho decided it was time to go, he realized that he had lost a significant amount of time. When he got back to his village, nothing was the same. In fact, he did not recognize anyone. Upon further inspection, he realized he had been missing for 76 years. His last memories were of these duende creatures putting him in a trance and pressuring him inside a portal.
Ask you for help. You should run away immediately. Hello, my name is John. I am one of the duendes. We sneak around the forests of the United States and Mexico, asking people to hang out with us or play music for us. If you say yes, we can make multiple years go by in what feels like an hour to you. When we play our music, you will be brought into a trance without realizing it. When you return to your normal life, years will have passed for others, but it will feel like an hour to you. People who decide to help us will be cursed for eternity. Your life will flip upside down, and nothing will ever be the same. We are the souls of tortured children who were never born. Our mothers decided that we were not worth being alive. Some of us are not so friendly, and will beat you or torture you until we get what we need from you. If you want to say hello to us, it is your choice, but always be sure to remember,
This, let me hear it. It's a Mexican urban legend about duendes. It's this story. It took place in Michoacan. There was this musician, right? He was with his band or whatever. They were playing, right? He ended up going home, but he had to go through a little shortcut. So he would go into the woods. And he saw these duendes dancing, and they looked at him and they saw him and they were like, yo, you, come, play for us and we'll give you a bunch of gold. Because they saw that he had an instrument on him. He's like, I bet, whatever. He started playing. When they finished, they gave him the gold. He was going back to his house. He knocked on the door, and his wife literally looked at him like, what the f? In shock.
You look different?
She was like, yo, I thought you were dead. You've been gone for so long. Where have you been? Where have you been all these years? She had kids with his best friend. Like, they were big and stuff. It's like, I was only gone for an hour. Like, I was with these duendes and I was playing for them. What are you talking about? They gave me all this gold. And then they're like, what gold? Those are a bunch of pesos. They're not even real gold coins. He's like,
fuck, bro.
so like, time for duendes are like different than
human time. So like,
What?